Today we are going to be crocheting this beautiful skirt using the waffle stitch. It is very easy to make. You need to know how to do a double crochet, a front and back post double crochet. It is a 2-row repeat project. You're going to enjoy making this. The stitch pattern is so nice. You can use any yarn of your choice and the recommended hook size. You need your hip measurement, and you can turn this into a maxi skirt too. So today we are going to be crocheting a waffle stitch skirt. I'll be using this lightweight yarn. I'll double my strands, and then I'm using a 3.5 mm hook. So we are going to start by making a slip knot, and then you're going to take your hip measurement, and our work is going to be in multiples of 3. So you're going to make chains in multiples of 3 that is going to reach your hip measurement, and then we'll continue to work from there. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to be doing a sample of about 69 stitches, just so that the tutorial will not be that long. So just go ahead and make chains that equals your hip measurement, and let me show you the next step. So let's say, for example, you completed your chain that is going to measure your hip, is going to give your hip measurement. You're going to make sure that the chain is straight. Then we are going to go into the very first stitch, insert our hook, then we are going to yarn over, and you pull through that loop, and then you pull through the second loop. Make sure that this loop is straight. Then we'll go ahead and chain 2. This 2 is not going to act as a stitch, so in that same stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch, just like this, and then into the next stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch, into the next stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch. So into every stitch on this round we are going to be placing double crochet stitches till we come back to our starting point. So we have come right back to the start of our row, and what we are going to do now is to make a slip stitch to close off this round. So go to the top of the first double crochet stitch, and then we are going to do a slip stitch. So we'll go ahead and chain 2. This 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Remember, we made the slip stitch into our first double crochet, so in that same stitch we are going in with a front post double crochet, and this is how you will make a front post double crochet. Yarn over, you pull through 2, you pull through 2. Then into the next 2 stitches we are going to place double crochet, 1 double crochet stitch each, and then we are doing a front post double crochet. You insert your hook from the back underneath like that, you pull through 2, pull through 2. In the next 2 stitches we are going to be placing 1 double crochet stitch into each stitch. After that we are doing a front post double crochet into the 3rd stitch. So the waffle stitch is basically a pattern in which 1 stitch is raised forward, which is the front post double crochet, and 2 other stitches are pulled backward. So we are going to repeat this pattern till we get back to our starting point. So after you do a post, you do 2 regular double crochet stitches and then another post all the way around till you come back to your starting point. So now we are doing our last 2 stitches, which are just going to be regular double crochet stitches. And then to slip stitch, we are not doing a slip stitch into the chain 2, we are doing a slip stitch into the first double crochet stitch, which is our post stitch. So you do a slip stitch and then into that very stitch you're going to chain 2 and then you do a front post double crochet, just like this. And then into the next 2 stitches, which are regular double crochet stitches from our previous row, we are going to do a back post double crochet. Just observe as I do it. You send your hook like that, then you're going to yarn over, you pull your yarn through, going to pull through 2, pull through 2, do another back post double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in that manner, yarn over and you pull through 2, pull through 2. So that's how you do a back loop double crochet. And then the next stitch we are doing a front loop double crochet, and this is how you do it. Then yarn over, you pull through 2 and you pull through 2. And then the next 2 stitches, which are regular double crochet stitches, we are going to be doing back post double crochet stitch to pull the stitches backward. That's why we are doing a back loop double crochet. And then for the third stitch, we want it to stay, it is already pushing forward, so we want to do a front loop double crochet to bring it more to the front. So that is a waffle pattern. So you're just going to repeat this pattern. That's into your 2 regular double crochet stitches, you're going to do back post double crochet, and then into your front post double crochet you're going to do a front post double crochet, and then you repeat this all round till you come back to our starting point. Back post double crochet, another back post double crochet, or front post double crochet, and then we'll just repeat all the way around. We have gone round and we have just 2 stitches left, and we're going to do a back post double crochet into the 2 stitches, and then we are going to do a slip stitch into our post stitch, do a slip stitch right there to close off this round. Now go ahead and chain 2. So this chain 2, they just act as our filler stitch, so we don't usually count them. So in that same stitch we are going to do a front post double crochet, and then into the 2 regular double crochet stitches, into the 2 stitches that received a back post double crochet from our previous round, we are going to place regular double crochet stitches, and then into the next stitch we are doing a front post double crochet. Into the next 2 stitches that are pulled backward, we are doing 2 regular double crochet stitches into the 2 stitches. So whenever you see a stitch that is pulled forward, you're going to do a front post double crochet, and the 2 stitches that are pulled backward, you're going to do 1 regular double crochet each into 1 stitch, and you're just going to repeat this pattern all round till you come back to your starting point. So right now we are doing our last stitches, which is regular double crochet stitch into the next 2 stitches, before we do our slip stitch, and we are doing that into our post stitch, which is our first double crochet, and then we'll go ahead and chain 2, and then we do a front post double crochet into the post. And then for this round now, we are going to be doing back loop double crochet into the regular double crochet stitches from our previous round. So yarn over and go into the back and do a back loop double crochet. Into the next stitch you do a back loop double crochet, and then you do a front post double crochet into our previous post, a back loop double crochet for the 2 regular double crochet stitches, and then you do a front post double crochet. So that is a pattern for this round. Whenever you meet our regular double crochet stitches, you're going to do a back post double crochet, and then when you meet our front post from our previous round, you go ahead and do another front post double crochet into it. So you're just going to keep repeating this till you come right back to your starting point. So this pattern is basically easy. It is a 2-row repeat, because in your first round you are doing a post stitch with 2 regular double crochet stitches, and then in the next round you are doing a post stitch with 2 back post double crochet stitches for it to give that waffle pattern. So we're just going to keep working our pattern till we come back to our starting point. So those 2 last stitches, they get a back loop double crochet each, and then we do a slip stitch to close off the round. So this pattern you're just going to be repeating row 2 and 3 till we get the desired length of our skirt. Chain 2, then do a front post double crochet stitch, 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then you do a front post double crochet, 1 double crochet stitch into the next 2 stitches, a front post double crochet into the post stitch, then 2 regular double crochet stitches into the next 2 stitches, and a front post double crochet. So we are just going to repeat this pattern till we come right back to the start of our row, where we're going to do a slip stitch to close that off. And that's how we're just going to be doing the repetition till we get to the length that we desire. And your last row should end with regular double crochet. Don't end with a row that is worked in the back loops. End with the regular double crochet to give it a smooth finishing. So when you've had the length of your skirt, you slip stitch as we normally do when we're ending our rounds, and then you go ahead and chain 1, grab your scissors and you cut off your yarn. Then you're going to weave in the tail right there. You can use your darning needle or your crochet hook to just hide the thread and cut off the excess. Please give this video a like, leave a comment, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out my other tutorials. You can also turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. So now we are going to work on our waist, the waist of our skirt. So we have gone back to our starting point where we started our work. So we are going to do a slip knot To enable us to reattach our yarn back to where we did our foundation chain, just go into any stitch right there and you reattach your yarn. Then we are going to chain 1 to secure that. Then we are going to place a single crochet into that same stitch. You are going to place a single crochet into the next stitch. And then we are going to place single crochet into the next stitch. And we are going to do that till we get right back to where we started. So that is a single crochet into every stitch till we get back to our starting point. Just walk over the tail of your yarn so you don't have to worry about weaving in that later. And okay, so just continue the single crochet stitches. And now that we are back to where we started, you can always use a stitch marker to know exactly where you started. So we're just going to make a slip stitch to close off that round. Then we chain 1, and then we are going to do a single crochet into every stitch again for this second round of the band. So go into every stitch with a single crochet stitch all the way around. When you come back to your starting point, just make a slip stitch, and then we are going to do the last round. For this round, we are going to chain 2, that is 1, 2, and then we're going to skip a single crochet stitch, and then to the next stitch we're going to place a single crochet stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, place a single crochet stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and place a single crochet stitch. Why I'm doing this is because my last 2 rows of single crochet stitch are very tight, and I don't want to struggle with when it comes to putting in my straps. So I'm doing this so that I have space for my strap. So just go ahead and do your single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. We have gone all the way around. Now we're just going to slip stitch, chain 1, and cut off our yarn. Then we are going to secure that tail by weaving it in. I just made a long chain of 120 that we are going to use as a strap for our waistband. So just get a darning needle and you strap that in because it's going to be easier. Please don't mind my darning needle. Arrange your skirt such that the seam is directly behind where you want to start your strap. So we are going into the chain 1 space. You go behind the single crochet stitch, come out in front, and then you go over the next single crochet stitch into the chain 1 space and send your darning needle behind. So you're just going to repeat this all the way around to insert your strap, and you can pull along as you're going. Pull the strap along. If you have made it right up to this point, thank you very much for watching. Your likes, comment, and share encourages me to make more videos. So please don't forget to turn on your notification bell, so each time I drop a new video, you're going to get a notification. I think this is looking good. You cannot really spot the strap because you are laying it inside those chain 1 spaces. Before you reach where you started, leave some few stitches in between them, just like this, and then make sure that you pull and the leftover strap is of the same length. Then you're going to tie the edges and cut off your excess yarn.